Meeting will come to order. It's a regular conference of the City Council. Let's incorporate the annual meetings notice 2014, which is filed in the City Clerk's office and posted on the bulletin board on December 27, 2013, and sent to the Star Ledger and the Home News Tribune and all compliance provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law of New Jersey. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty.
No, I'm here.
Councilman Questa.
Here.
Councilman Torres. Councilman Gonzalez.
Here.
Councilman Keenan.
Here.
Councilman Sedan.
Here.
Councilman Gollman. Councilman Mazza.
Here.
President Pro.
Here. We got 7 members present. Let's move on.
Public speaking.
Oh, any member of the public wishing to address City Council? Seeing none, I'll close that portion of the meeting. New business.
Okay. Letter dated October 16, 2014, from the Business Administrator requesting authorization for the purchasing agent and/or other proper city officials to commence with the competitive contracting process for the procurement of the maintenance of PictureLink imaging systems, proprietary software and non-proprietary hardware.
This is for the police department?
Yes, this is, this links mugshots to the state's fingerprint site.
Oh, that's great.
Cool. Hold on.
Letter dated October 16, 2014, from the Business Administrator recommending awarding a contract to Arconic Systems, Marlton, New Jersey, for the maintenance and quarterly license for police computer-assisted records management and dispatch system software, X-Mobile clients, and XCAD data export for the period July 1, 2014 through September 30, 2014 in the amount of $22,313.25.
Hold on.
Letter dated October 16, 2014, from the Business Administrator recommending awarding a contract to Morton Salt, Inc., Chicago, Illinois, under the Union County Cooperative Purchasing Contract for the purchase of bulk rock salt for the Department of Public Works for the period October 14, 2014 through October 14, 2015 at a cost not to exceed $438,480. Letter dated October 16, 2014, from the Business Administrator requesting to amend the resolution dated July 22, 2014, awarded to Motorola Communications and Electronics, Inc., for the purchase of communications equipment and accessories at a cost not to exceed $50,000, specifically to cover expenses through May 31st, 2015, for an additional $100,000, thereby increasing the amount of the contract to $150,000.
Why we went up 100 grand?
Two things. A, we underestimated the cost. Secondly, Public Works was not initially included for the wiring and accessories.
Letter dated October 16, 2014, from the Business Administrator requesting that your honorable body review and consider the sample resolution asking that the final report and recommendations of the study commission should not address state government funding gaps by in any way weakening the vitality of the local plans.
This has to do with the pension reform. Governor Christie has a blue ribbon panel looking at the Pension and Benefit Study Commission. Bottom line is that the local portion of the pension and benefit is solvent because municipalities and counties have been making the payments. So this is just requesting that when they come out with their study that they do not recommend that the state dip into the local portions of the pension.
Good, because they did into everything else.
Hands off.
If they come out with that request, can we go down like protest?
I think we should. I mean, again, we've been making the required payments by law. It's the
Go
state.
down a trend and do a
So-
big rally in front of Christie's house. They misspent it, and they come after us.
Okay. Letter dated October 17, 2014, from the Business Administrator recommending awarding a contract to David Fire Systems, Inc., Hackensack, New Jersey, under the Union County Cooperative Purchasing Contract for the purchase of fire alarm services for various departments for the period September 29, 2014 through October 7, 2015, at a cost not to exceed $200,000.
Yolanda, I'm sorry, it should be 2016, was your letter?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
2016?
Yeah, October
Wait a minute, I'm
2016.
Effective October 2016.
Oh,
Yes, it's a
16.
2-year contract.
Okay, 16,
Yeah, 'cause
you're
I was
right.
gonna say that's a lot of money for them. Okay.
Letter dated October 20, 2014, from the business administrator, recommending awarding a contract to Matthews Lock and Safe Company, Elizabeth, under the Union County Cooperative Co-op, for the purchase of surveillance equipment for the police department for the period September 5th, 2014 through September 4th, 2016, at a cost not to exceed $100,000.
So is there equipment, surveillance? Which I would have to believe is.
For the cameras?
Cameras.
or-
Cameras.
Are they gonna be putting additional cameras throughout the city, or what does this mean?
This has to do with internal systems as well as maintaining external systems. And we do have additional cameras to be put up, but we actually have them in our, we own them, but they just haven't been put up yet.
Yeah.
This is just security around the buildings.
Oh, just the building, oh, okay.
Playground, whatever.
Thank you, sir.
Letter dated October 20, 2014, from the business administrator, recommending awarding a contract to Time Track Systems, Inc., Port Huron, Michigan, for the furnishing of time clock equipment maintenance and supplies for the period October 1, 2014 through September 30, 2015, at a cost not to exceed $15,000.
Just public works in the contract?
No, it's Public Works. Actually, currently Public Works has them, but we are looking, they're being installed in Health, Police Department, and Recreation.
Going with the fingerprint, right?
Correct.
Letter dated October 20, 2014, from the business administrator, recommending awarding a contract to Bayer Ford, Morristown, New Jersey, for the purchase of 7 2014 Ford Police Interceptor SUV vehicles under the Morris County Cooperative Pricing Council at a cost of $220,226.25.
They're replacement vehicles.
Yeah, the council's gonna give us an
Yeah.
estimate.
Yeah. Yeah. I apologize for not putting that in the letter.
Letter dated October 21st, 2014, from the Director of Health and Human Services, requesting to exempt the Schools Construction Corp. from Chapter 8.48 entitled Noise Control to install roofing units on the new Elizabeth High School located on East Jersey Street for the period November 6th through 7, 2014, between the hours of 4 a.m. to 7 a.m.
They're going to be installing HVAC units on the new building across the street. And there's no school on the 6th and 7th, so,
Trying to rush it through.
yeah.
Okay.
And were they gonna monitor noise in construction?
No, we're lifting the noise, because they're gonna be making noise, because they're pulling off
Right,
flatbeds
right,
with
right,
14
And you're not
HVAC
supposed to do
systems
noise before 7 o'clock, so.
Right, you're right, right.
to minimize traffic impact.
Letter dated October 16, 2014, from the Director of Planning and Community Development, requesting authorization for the Planning Board to conduct a study to determine if 526, 596 Henry Street and 525, 597 Henry Street is an area in need of redevelopment, and to prepare a redevelopment plan for said area to be paid by the redeveloper.
Mr. President,
Yeah.
how you doing? My in the rate is professional planning services redevelopment study and redevelopment plan for 900 Fairmont Avenue.
Because that was bad typo. That should not be there. It should be, it's Henry Street. This is for the parcels behind the Sonic.
This is
The
not
auto
the
zone.
same area, is it?
No, obviously
Well,
they
it
used
actually
a
is.
a
Fairmont
form
Avenue
letter.
is,
Who connects?
Yeah, Fairmont
cross
does,
street.
is the, yeah. But it's the,
It's the cross street. Henry and
Internal.
Henry.
Where is it, Madam BA? What
it's
was
the
that?
parcels behind Sonic, Sonic, AutoZone, and the Wawa.
Okay. Is that Henry Street or Fairmont?
Yes. Well, it's Henry Street, Fairmount, Julia are all in
It's
that.
all one big parcel.
So what is it gonna be called? It's gonna be 900 Fairmont, is that it, what the, It's for 900 Fairmont Avenue?
I can check with the director, why and how they chose 900 Fairmont. That I do not know. Why that
But you
address
know
or
how
name
like
is chosen.
some of them have like Broadway, you know.
Oh, no, is this the LLC? Not that I'm aware of, but I can find that out for you.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Now that we're talking about a planner, some of the council members have sat with Victor Benega about modifying the master plan, and I know he made a proposal to you months ago. Is that?
Yeah, Victor asked that it be held off to the beginning of the upcoming year as a result of the next couple letters that will be before you. So he thought a better opportunity would be early next calendar year to undertake that.
Mr. President,
Yes.
on the subject, it's been already over a year that we'll be waiting to get recommendation. I have a particular side of Broadway Avenue, which, you know, they actually, on the map, they consider to be R2 zone, what has been mixed use and commercial and whatever, which is affecting people's property. So it's been more than over a year. Now, how long, another year we have to wait?
No, the process should commence early next year, but until the plan is final, potentially. But my understanding is based on some parcels, they've reached out to the planner and he's worked with them for whatever they may have required. In the
This
withdrawal.
parcel that I have in mind, I think it was left to the, what's his name, Eduardo Rodriguez, and it was pending at the rest of the city council if they had any other site to be introduced in a different part of the city. And I don't think anything else is coming up. So whenever the date, do you mind to remind me so we can
Absolutely.
include
I
the
think
parcel on Broadway
the way
Avenue?
we did it the last time, Councilman, is that each ward council member and everywhere at large, I guess, has an opportunity to
Right.
sit down with Victor Benega, and he would schedule meetings. You would go with your ward map and see where the zonings were and things that you needed to change to bring it to his attention. But the thing is that the redevelopment plan has to be updated because it hasn't been done in a while,
Correct.
and it's got to get done.
All right, but
Madam Administrator.
Yeah, absolutely.
But isn't that a separate plan than really trying to go into each individual ward?
No, what happened, what we've done in between, the last time the master plan was approved, we had, I think, 8 or 9 different parts
right.
throughout the city, and it was basically an interim modification to the master plan. But when I spoke to Victor, there's so many that have to be done, and the timing is right to have the whole master plan just changed
Yep.
and encompass all of the changes that everybody might have in their own respective wards. But I know we made a proposal, financial proposal, and I think we have to approve it.
Yeah, we had actually spoken about it at a meeting last week and
If you want to send that down, we'll approve it and
Yep.
get them going on it, if you don't mind.
No, not at all, and I had asked him, he had said to wait, but I will certainly send it down to get
The
the,
minute it because even by the time it gets approved and everything else, it's going to be a couple weeks.
Too, so it's actually waiting.
And you could already start meeting.
yeah, and then there'll be a whole host of public hearings in the process as well for council to attend.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right.
Letter dated October 16, 2014, from the Director of Planning and Community Development, requesting authorization for the Planning Board to conduct a study to determine if 829 through 961 North Avenue, 827, 907 North Avenue, 1001, 1013 North Avenue, 1015, 1027 North Avenue, and 1029, 1061 North Avenue is be determined an area in need of redevelopment and to prepare a redevelopment plan for said area at a cost of $35,480. Letter
President?
dated.
Go ahead, Councilman.
I'm sorry, I just have one question, Bridget. I know I met with the mayor about a month ago, and he said that the box stores is not on the table. He made it seem like it wasn't proceeding. At this moment, there's no new developments.
Correct. At this moment, well, the purpose of this request for the redevelopment study and redevelopment plan is to add additional parcels
Okay.
to include in the redevelopment study, the land to the north. And then also, at the moment, we think it's an opportunity to go towards housing and minimize on mixed use and take out the big boxes.
Okay,
So yes, that is a part of the
like pretty much.
plan,
the
but of
plan.
course, we'll keep you informed the entire way through
Okay,
any
great.
document.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Letter dated October 16, 2014, from the Director of Planning and Community Development requesting authorization for the Planning Board to conduct a study to determine if 200-238 South 2nd Street and 201-227 Butler Street is an area in need of redevelopment and to prepare a redevelopment plan for said area to be paid by the redeveloper.
Just on one thing, Madam Chair, so this is, I guess I'm just trying to, get something like a form, like something that's true to form. See, on this first letter is like 900 Fairmont, and then this one just says Baker Street, Baker Center, and this one just says South 2nd Street and Butler Avenue. So I'm just, you understand what I'm trying to
With regard to continuity, yes, absolutely. I will have the conversation with the director. I think a part of it may have been that the Baker Center had been known as the Baker Center, so from a communication standpoint. This is just, these are recent parcels of land that we acquired, so they don't really have an identity, but most certainly I will request continuity coming before the board.
Okay.
Council,
And it's actually Butler Street.
Butler Street, okay.
Okay, a letter dated October 7, 2014, from Mr. Stephen Krupp of PSC&G requesting to enter into an access agreement to perform additional investigation and complete repairs to one of its underground electrical transmission lines located in a utility easement adjacent to the DPW maintenance facility located at 426518 Atlantic Street.
I got a problem with this. They were supposed to come before us, and we had to cancel one time, and they never came back, correct?
Yes.
So we're gonna hold this and tell him if he wants his site access agreement, he's gotta come before the city council.
I will. I also know that there's been a change in personnel as well.
I understand.
So, but I will let them know.
Somebody's gotta come before
No,
us.
I agree.
They're not to get access to the agreement until they come here and listen to us.
Understood.
We don't hold these things, I mean, that's the only way to, they're ignoring us, huh? I have the list you guys gave me.
Okay. Letter dated October 17, 2014, from the Director of Public Works recommending awarding a contract to H&S Construction and Mechanical, Inc., Elizabeth, for the installation of energy-efficient building system improvements project, and base bid plus alternate one amount of $172,057.
So change order, or?
No, this will be paid for with a grant. This is a new contract.
Letter dated October 17, 2014, from the Director of Public Works recommending awarding the contract to Altech Building Systems Corporation, Point Pleasant, New Jersey, for the roof-mounted solar photovoltaic project at a cost of $937,790.
It's gonna generate money for us?
Generate money and ideally save money. Again, this is also being paid for with the Department of Energy grant.
Good.
Good.
Letter dated October 17, 2014, from the Director of Public Works recommending awarding the contract to Arco Electric Contractors, Inc., trading as Arco Construction Group, Elizabeth, for the installation of energy-efficient lighting project at a base bid cost of $581,667.10.
Can you specify what we're doing with this?
We're doing all more energy efficient lighting, so mostly installing LED lights, fixing out switches, wires.
And which location is this?
This will be citywide,
Citywide.
so it's throughout the city.
Good.
Yeah. So all police
you.
headquarters, fire headquarters, city hall, recreation facilities.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Letter dated October 17, 2014, from the Director of Public Works recommending awarding a contract to TechCom Contractors, East Orange, New Jersey, for the Elizabeth Bikeway Atalanta Walkway Rehabilitation Project at a cost of $768,605.
Are we getting any money back from Sandy? Because isn't,
Let's see that.
did I say that?
Yeah, towards the bottom, 90%
90%.
of the allowable construction costs will be reimbursed by FEMA.
Okay, great.
In the first ward, Councilman Torres has asked that handicap be put on at 152 Park Place and 229 Erie Street. Letter dated October 6, 2014, from the Police Director requesting to establish handicap parking spaces at the following locations. First Ward, 542 Fulton Street, personalized.
Yes.
Yes, okay. I spoke with Councilman Gallman this morning, and 1019 Olive Street is to be put on. Second Ward, 426 South Fifth Street.
Hold, please.
Sixth Ward, 18 South 7th Street.
Put it on, please.
1000 Madison Avenue is on hold. Sixth Ward, 1120 Dickinson Street.
Hold, please.
Sixth Ward, 130 Reed Street.
Hold, please.
654 Magnolia Avenue is on hold. 1 Hayes Avenue, Second Ward.
Hold, please.
Deleted 328 Franklin Street and 655 First Avenue.
Mr. President,
Yes.
Mrs. Harvey moved about 6 months ago. I know if I take 6 months to delete a sign.
They had I know that the lieutenant in the traffic department was out for a while due to illness, so maybe that's the reason, Councilman.
No problem.
Letter dated October 16, 2014, from Edwin Gomez, Eddie G Productions, requesting permission to conduct the 12th Annual Colombian Independence Day Festival, Sunday, July 26, 2015, from noon to 9 p.m. on Morris Avenue from Sayre Street to Julian Place and Westfield Avenue between North Broad Street and Harrison Street.
Man, this guy missing any time.
Mr.
We
President,
usually wait till the beginning of.
yeah, I didn't think we could approve this so early in advance. I could be wrong. I think 3 months?
I thought we wait until the beginning of the year, no?
Yeah, no, I think it's too early. I mean,
Mr. President,
Is it because he's competing with the other group again?
well, that's the thing. I was gonna say we could have it tabled because we have to see what's happening with the association on Morris Avenue. And just, we all know that this is always
So it's
challenging, sensitive topic, so.
Okay,
We don't know.
commendation, Ricardo Castanero on obtaining Eagle Scout Memorial for the actress Elizabeth Pena from Councilman Cuesta, and Councilman Mazza also has a memorial. And that's it for me.
You also have your agenda for the ABC meeting, which is October 27th, Monday. There's a breast cancer awareness walk on Saturday, October 25th at Kellogg Park, starting at 12 o'clock registration, rain or shine. Once again, Councilman.
Mr. President, I'm sorry, I need to get shoes.
Sure.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
We're gonna vote on your, Okay. Councilwoman.
Yeah, I thought the African American Parade Committee, they wanted to do a prayer vigil on Sunday, November 2nd, in front of City Hall from 6 to 7 p.m. They were supposed to be having another day. Okay, can you put that on?
What's the time again?
From 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
Prayer vigil in front of City Hall, on the steps of City Hall,
November
Okay,
7th.
November 2nd. Sunday, November 2nd.
okay, I got that.
Everybody's invited,
No, that's all same day.
candlelight prayer vigil.
What
6 p.m.
Anything else? Councilman Torres.
Yes, Mr. President. I had a conversation with one of the victim's father who was killed in Iraq several years ago. And he approached me and asked if we could move the memorial down by Slater Drive to Veterans, the new Veterans Park when it's open. He's willing to pay for the statue. He's actually getting in contact with the other two victims who lost their life in the war. And so he's gonna get back to me, and I guess I'll get in contact with
Is that
you.
Mr. Marchanti?
Yeah, Luigi.
Yeah, because that memorial that we did over there got destroyed with Sandy, so
Correct.
that would be a better place probably.
Absolutely. Second thing is the lights at Brophy Field. I passed them, there's soccer there now. There are so many lights that are missing there. It's pretty dark, and there's individuals that live around there are able to hide in these dark spots and do drugs and whatever. So I would like to see if we could replace some of them lights or fix the lights. So
Oh, we have a contract with the electrician.
Yeah, Brophy Field, I'll make
Brophy
it.
Field.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Bridget, I think the other problem is that the lights, when they do work, they only shine on the field, and the play basketball area needs a little more lighting.
Okay,
I mean, it gets really dark over there.
okay.
So maybe they could put some, not necessarily that the lights have to be turned on, but some street lighting facing in that direction. They're up there, I just think they don't work. Spotlights that come off the poles.
Okay,
Well, there's only like, if there's 10 on it, there's only like 1 or 2 working, so it's real dim.
absolutely.
Paul knows about this. We talked about it about 3-4 weeks ago. I
Okay,
don't know
I'll-
why it's taking so long. We got an electrician on contract.
I will follow up.
And last but not least, Yolanda, I have a memorial for Jihad Chapman. I have the information in my car. I'll bring it to the office as soon as we're finished. That's it, Mr. President.
Councilman Keenan.
Pass.
Councilman Mazza.
Pass.
Councilman Sedano.
Two things. One, I know we know like this past week has been a tough week for the city when it comes to crime. Have we ever had the director like come and meet with the city council just to,
We can.
just because like I know that's a big issue that's been coming up a lot in the community meetings and everything.
We had mistaken. We had a few shootings starting last Tuesday, a week from today, and then escalated on Sunday again. I think another 2 shootings. So maybe what we can do, Bridget, can you see if Director Cosgrove will come in before our public meeting, which is next Tuesday?
Sure thing,
Maybe a half an hour before, and kind of give us a little update on what's going on with those cases.
you got it.
Mr. President, I was going to say in response to that, in light of the recent event with the crime that the councilman noted, I was happy to hear that the police are reallocating some resources and adding staff to the Detective Bureau, investigative staff, and also shoring up the street crimes unit as a result of it.
I know they did have, according to my conversation, they did have a lead on 2 of those incidents. So I'm hoping that at least 2 of them will be solved soon. But it's good to have him come in and give us a little report on where we're at with
Absolutely.
these cases.
That'd be great. The other thing, I know when it comes to TVs, people have to bring them to the recycling center, but I've come across a couple instances where like it's a senior citizen living by himself. I'm not sure if that could be something that could be looked into as an exception, like for the city to pick it up.
President, I think if you were to call the Public
Yeah.
Works Director with specific addresses,
And they'll take
something,
care of it.
accommodations could be
Okay,
made.
great. I wasn't sure, because I know that they had called, and then they were told no, but they
Yeah.
probably don't know the details. and
Yes.
everything. Okay, thank you.
If you want to call me or Public Works Director.
Okay, great.
I'm sorry, Mr. President, I forgot, I wanted to do commendations for yourself, along with George Castro, Palmer Rivera, and Dr. Shasharuki,
That's right.
for the Boy Scout America being honored on November 14th.
Thank you.
I need your Bible.
I'll get it to you.
That's it, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilman Gonzalez.
Yeah, Mr. President, I just want to thank Lieutenant Marcus from Traffic for following up with the inquiry on Garden Street. He got right back to me and was able to confirm that those 2 individuals are actually alive and living there. So I want to thank him, but also at the same time, I spoke to him about the list that we were sent, the handicap list, which is not a problem, but apparently they're having some problems with their data system. And I don't know if any help that we could give them to help them create a better database or something, because what they gave us was really a hodgepodge of so many different things. There were some that were inactive, active, some of them were listed on 2 or 3 different times on the same list. And it was just all over the place, so they need some help from data
A
people.
tutorial in Excel.
Well, I don't know what it
Maybe
is.
assign somebody there just
Yeah.
to do that, like a young computer.
Or maybe even a whole different system, I'm not sure, but
I will most certainly follow up. I know that we do have a younger staff over in data over in the police department. They have their own dedicated staff, so I will
Yeah.
certainly follow up to find out
Maybe we
what's
could
going
lend
on.
somebody for a few months over to traffic. Yes, Councilman?
President, thanks to Councilman of the Second Ward. I would also like to thank you, Lieutenant Marcus, for quickly responding on a survey that I requested. And at the same time, I immediately deployed through Public Works the pedestrian first by School 15. So I really appreciate this cooperation. Thank you very much.
No, when he's there, he works hard.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was out sick, so-
Right. No, he's very responsive, and he did do the best he could to get us a list that we had requested.
But there's definitely a need to, because that'll make it easier for everybody. to
Absolutely,
give
yeah.
some-
That's probably the notes, absolutely.
That's it,
job.
Mr. President, yes.
Kim, a race.
Nobody else has anything? Meeting, motion to adjourn.